Hi, welcome. I'm Lou.
And I'm John.
Welcome to a short series of videos on frequently asked questions from our website, Bottled Up, which is a website for people living with a problem drinker.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one and perhaps is useful even if you don't live with a problem drinker, and that's, is it better to drink beer and wine or to drink spirits? I'll ask you this as you're the research scientist in the area of drink.
This is us getting into the realms of how long is a piece of string, I'm afraid. The answer to that is yes, no and maybe. I'm sorry to be so obtuse, but the no part is alcohol is alcohol is alcohol, regardless of whether it's in beer, whether it's in wine or whether it's in spirits, and alcohol can harm you.
Talking about units, what they call units here. Would you
Yeah.
just explain a little bit what units is then?
Yeah, okay, a unit is a measure of alcohol. It's the amount of alcohol that your liver can actually metabolize in 1 hour.
Oh, is it? I
Yes.
didn't know that. Right.
Yes, well
Okay.
that's
Okay.
what it is. And a pub measure or a bar measure of spirits tends to be 1 unit, or half a pint of beer tends to be 1 unit, and that's how we look at it. But these are both 1 unit. So a full pint of beer can, particularly strong beer, can be 3 units, whereas a double whiskey is only 2 units. So it depends how fast people are drinking. It depends how much people are drinking. The thing that makes people drunk is the amount and the speed.
Now, presumably the amount of liquid you can actually physically put in, although a lot of people can drink huge amounts of beer, can't they?
Yeah, I drank mostly beer, and I drank prodigious amounts of beer, and I drank it very quickly.
Yeah.
I would often drink a pint of beer quicker than somebody would drink a shot.
Okay.
You know, so many people sit and they drink, a spirit, and they sip it over the course of an evening, and some people just guzzle beer and wine very, very quickly. If you drink more alcohol than your liver can cope with in an hour, then you get intoxicated. It's that simple. So if you drink 2 units an hour and you're only metabolizing 1 unit, then your blood sugar is starting to blood alcohol level is starting to rise. If you're drinking 4 units, 6 units, 8 units, then as you can see, it's actually rising that much quicker. And the quicker your blood alcohol tends to rise, then the more disorientated you tend to become, and the more you see behavioural problems in drunks. So 2 people who have drunk exactly the same amount, but one has drunk it much quicker than the other one, will appear differently drunk.
Do some people, do you think, who've got a drink problem actually pass off I'm only drinking wine and beer as kind of a bit of a denial?
Well, I
about
did.
What's you did, okay.
I did. I mean, how could I possibly be an alcoholic? When people call me an alcoholic, how could I possibly? I just drink beer.
Okay.
But I drank prodigious amounts of beer. You know, I mean, it's huge amounts. I mean, I was drinking 12, 16 pints in the night and in the pub, and then taking, about a dozen cans home with me, and then drinking them. You know, so I mean, I was drinking huge amounts.
So it doesn't really matter then whether you're drinking spirits or beer and wine. It's the capacity and the volume that you drink is what makes the problem drinker.
Really, in a nutshell, you know, I mean, the amount of drink I was drinking at the bar was actually the equivalent of 2 bottles of scotch.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's really
And then I was taking a 3rd bottle of scotch home and drinking it in cans for them. So that's why I'm saying that it's alcohol is alcohol is alcohol. So I could be drinking 2, 3 bottles of scotch a day.
So also, if you're hearing about units, when somebody says, how many units that you can drink a week, it's not some people kind of sitting on a committee table thinking, how many should we say people should have. It's directly associated with the damage that you're doing to your liver. It's
directly associated with it. I mean, some of the science is a bit kind of iffy, but yeah, there is some science to it, you know. And obviously there are people who can appear to be able to drink an awful lot, and there are people who, basically, as they used to say, the smell of a barman's apron and they're drunk, and they just can't hold their alcohol at all. So people are different, but that's kind of the measure that 1 unit is the amount of alcohol that your liver can metabolize in 1 hour. So when we get back to the question, alcohol is alcohol is alcohol, whether it's in wine, whether it's in beer, whether it's in spirits. Where it is better is if people are drinking slower, and the more volume of alcohol, of a drink that you're drinking, then the slower it tends to be. Although there are people who drink, as I say, very, very quickly.
So people who are drinking spirits are more likely, over the course of an evening, if they're taking quite a lot, to just get drunk than people who are maybe having wine and beer if they're not gulping it down.
That's right. But in saying that, if you're drinking...
Excess is excess.
Yeah, if you're drinking a lot of beer, then for every pint of beer you're taking in 3 units, which is a 1.5 spirits. 1.5 double spirits. So 3 measures of spirits.
Okay.
So that's quite long.
So I don't think everybody really understands this. Thank you for listening to us.
No, most people don't. That's part of the problem. That's part of the education process that we are failing in, and we seem to keep failing in it. Because we don't really explain it very well.
Well, we hope we've explained it in this video.
Hope so.
Do listen to some of the other videos. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Okay, bye.